What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another very special episode of The Lazarus Pit here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Meehan. Sean, how's it going?
I'm very good, Conor. May the April 30th be with you.
Look, we've realised that the timing might be off, but when you think about it, better now than the end of May, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could have a tie into the Kenobi series, but well, you know, whatever. Who cares?
We're not that smart.
We're not that smart. We don't think that far ahead. But the hat did decide that we get to watch, I'm going to say it, Conor, the best Star Wars film today.
Okay, right. So, if you've been a long time patron, you know we've done episode 1. We've done episode 2. Normally they pop up every 6 to 9 months. We do 1. So,
as some kind of treat or punishment, we're not sure.
The last 2 have been punishments, especially the last one. But we are back. Episode 3, everyone's favourite. Came out in 2005, Sean.
Oh yeah, it did.
It cost, and let me just check, I checked this earlier on, it cost $113 million to make. And it made $868 million back.
In $2005.
That's $2005.
Man, that dollar was different then, so I assume that's $1 billion movie, Conor.
That's $1 billion reduce, I can only assume. But what was interesting about this, we all know the story of the prequels. Look.
Yeah.
In the other ones we shall call them, right? George, he comes up with an idea. Somebody else says, George, that's a bit weird. Maybe we do it this way. We take that idea, maybe change it around, maybe a sprinkle of this. George thinks, that's better. That's a better idea.
It's true.
But with the prequels, for the last 3, it's been George says, I'm doing this. And the stats say, written by George Lucas, directed by George Lucas.
And all of the rest of the crew working on the production say, no. And George says, yes. And that is law now, is what that is.
And then they just like put their hands in their pockets and kick a rock. Damn. That's not the right way to do it.
There is a fan-made edit of the prequels. It's on YouTube, you can watch the whole thing. And it is 5 minutes of The Phantom Menace, about 15 of Attack of the Clones, and then the rest of the edit is basically just this entire film.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
So that is interesting. So I think it's probably best to get straight off. We've been getting a bit more loose with the reviews. Maybe not so strict on the scene to scene, but maybe just general thoughts, Sean. What are your thoughts on episode 3?
You know what? I saw this in the cinema when it came out. And this is the movie that made me obsessed with Star Wars. So I might be a little bit...
Same for Conor Martin, by the way.
I don't know what it is, but I think we were just at the perfect age demographic where this was the coolest thing I had ever seen. And I wanted to be every character in this. Because every character in this movie is the best version of those characters.
Okay.
In terms of, like, they all just do cool shit all of the time. And I remember very, very vividly wanting the playset of Mustafar, where the lava planet, where they're having the fight at the end.
Planet. Sean, this is my thoughts. Lava planet, please.
Lava planet, very cool. But this movie hit me in a way that I was just like, this is the coolest thing, and I'm going to base my personality around this for the next 2 or 3 years. And that's what I did.
Just always setting small fires. I want to get a stream of them going.
But I have a funny feeling that you didn't like this movie then and you don't like it now.
That is true, but...
Oh, no!
No, I don't know if I didn't like... I think that might be a bit strong. I don't know. I was even watching it today, and I understand that people like this movie, and especially people, Sean, like yourself, friend of the pod, Conor Martin, who's one of the biggest Star Wars fans I know. They adore this movie because this is the first time that something's resembling good came out of these prequels.
Pod racing, though. What about pod racing, Conor?
Now we're pod racing. But to me, I'm kind of, maybe I'm just being harsh, right? And also, I don't have the love of Star Wars that you guys have. I'm just like, this is like, the word I'm going to use is hollow, right?
Oh, right? Really?
Because I think there's a really, really good movie, a really cool Star Wars movie in this movie, but it's almost like it gets by because of the really cool ideas in it, but none of the really cool ideas are done to like a 10 out of 10 level.
This might be an issue. I do get where you're coming from with that. And I think part of it is that going back to watch it today, I have, like, since I saw this movie, I have looked into all of the breakdowns and the analysis and like the Wikipedia articles about what the characters are thinking and doing.
No
and why it means
Wikipedia facts will be used today, Sean. You have to just do it off the movie.
Oh no! Oh, Wikipedia, my one true love. No, but like I think I'm going in with all of that. Like, oh, that's what this means, and this is the internal conflict that he has that was explained in this one comic. I'm going in knowing all of that, so I have like extra enjoyment available to me. But if you're just watching this on the surface for what's presented in the movie, I do get where the word hollow comes into
Can I raise then the counter argument to that, Sean, is that you are Boba Fetting this movie. I describe you Boba Fett a movie when you read all of the backstory and then you see what's on the screen and it's not great, but Jesus, that comic book tie-in, fucking hell,
that analysis video that fella made on YouTube in 2014, God, that really opened my eyes to this.
That was real good. So look, it's one of those where I think this is the movie George Lucas wanted to make, right? He didn't give a shit about the last two, to be honest, right? He just wanted to have the cool moment where Anakin turns bad, and it's all been leading to this. This is the movie that he wants to do. And you can see it on the screen, as you can see, as you said earlier on, like, this is definitely the strongest of the three. Yeah. I think that the idea of seeing Anakin going bad and seeing all that stuff and him and Obi-Wan and that falling apart, really great ideas, really fucking cool, interesting ideas. And you have Anakin being like, maybe the Jedi aren't so good because the Jedi are idiots in this prequels. Like, maybe they're not so good, maybe they're not so different. And then like even the coolness of Obi-Wan at the end going, only a Sith deals in absolutes, even though that's literally an absolute.
That is an absolute.
I love imagine if that idea, right? I don't think George Lucas, by the way, knew that was irony. I'm not 100% on that, right?
No, it lines up too perfectly to not be intentional.
Yeah. And also, I love, even say at the end, where you have the dueling fights between Yoda and Palpatine and Anakin and Obi-Wan. Great stuff. And also the dueling surgeries with Padme and Anakin at the same time. I mean, fucking excellent stuff. But I think those are like good ideas that they're like, that's a fucking great idea. But instead of doing it like to its fullest, we could have done all those good ideas and had great dialogue. We could have done all those good ideas and had good background scenes, sets. We could have had a cool story around all that stuff.
The dialogue, that's fair. George Lucas cannot write believable dialogue. And no one called him on it. He
constantly has to say exactly what somebody's thinking without, like, I mean, Vader shouting no is one of the funniest, most ridiculous things.
It might be, but he's in pain at that moment, Connor.
But you know what's worse? What makes it worse is like the tiny bit before that, where just before the mask comes onto his head, there's the slight bit of fear in his face. That's a great character moment. You're like, oh shit, like a really deep character.
He doesn't want this.
Like, it's not spoken, very subtle shot, very subtle, but like, fuck, that's really deep. He's kind of scared. He doesn't know what's going to happen. No! Oh, okay, right.
But I don't know how you, like, it's very hard for Darth Vader and the actor inside the suit to emote. Because
but what about everybody else who doesn't have a mask, John?
They have cute little one-liners that they get to do every so often.
This is, you know what? There's actually some funny bits in this.
There is.
I think there are some funny bits.
My favourite bit of this movie is when Obi-Wan tries to kick General Grievous and breaks his foot.
I think there's good bits in it. I just am like, the Jedi are morons. Like, they're just idiots.
Can I say, the first 25 minutes of this movie are flawless.
I think they're excellent, right?
Yeah,
I think the first 25...
battle, the scale of it, the little rescue mission that they're on, I love it all. By the way,
the sound design on that first scene. Oh my God. I was listening to it like, oh yes, boys, we are going.
Did you watch it with headphones?
I did.
Oh, it's so good in headphones, man. It's like you're in space.
Well, maybe that's why the rest of the movie, once they get back, because even the CGI in that space battle, like when they're in the room and the fight is going on and everything, you can even see in the background like all the fighting going on outside the window or whatever. But then when they get back to those awful blue screen sets with fucking Mace Windu and all it's just so bad, because I'm like, I can see what you could do with CGI in space. You did a whole fight.
You did a whole fight in space, but I think that's because we have no frame of reference really, and we certainly did. Also, sorry, for 2005, the CGI is quite good. But
not on the sets.
No, but in space, it's unreal.
Oh, in the space, excellent.
Yeah. But in space, I think we have no frame of reference for what that would look like and how our characters would interact with it. But yeah, like the council chambers, the fucking Palpatine's office is a travesty of a set.
It's not even a set. They literally just walk onto a big square and they're like, right, there's green screen around it. There's a desk over there. Go on, talk. You can see Samuel L. Jackson like, I hate this. I hate everything about this.
But I think that's why Ewan McGregor does quite well in all of those scenes. And here's my thing, is that he did a lot of stage acting where you literally are making it up most of the time in your head.
Do you know what? I don't know if I'm going to say something popular here, Sean, but I don't know if Obi-Wan comes across very well in this movie. He comes across better than he has. Because I feel like he doesn't like Anakin in number 2, definitely.
No.
In 3, the bit I love about this movie, and they should have gone way more, this is the kind of thing what I'm talking about, where they like dip their toe. Like, Anakin and Obi-Wan should be fucking best friends. They should be brothers. They should be absolutely...
You should watch the Clone Wars animated series,
Sean, we're not Boba Fetting this.
Sorry. It's quite a good portrayal of all the characters that we see in this film.
Look, I'm sure there's loads of great portrayals, right? But I mean, you can't watch, say, I don't know, Batman versus Superman and go, well, there's loads of great Batman comic books, so that kind of all tie in. I could easily say that, Sean, but we have to just go with what the movie is.
With what's presented to us and what we had available to us in 2005,
There's two absolutely lovely scenes with the two of these. Well, especially even from the first scene with them going through everything. But the two I really liked was when they come back and Obi-Wan's like, you saved me. Like, you carried me through. You saved the Emperor. You are absolutely fantastic. Or what's he called? He's not the Emperor.
Chancellor at this point.
Chancellor. And he's like, you saved the Chancellor. You got me back. You did it all. I was unconscious. You get the acclaim. Go for it. I'm like, that's a cool moment. And and he's like, oh, you owe me one. It's like, oh, you owe me 9. But that one of the thing doesn't count because they're talking about interesting things we can't see, of course.
Little adventures that they went on.
Why show the cool adventures?
Watch the Clone Wars. All the adventures are in there. It's all I gotta say.
No, but Sean, we're not doing this. Right?
Obi-Wan falls in love. It's a heartfelt story, and he has to give her up because of the Jedi.
And the second scene is when he's like, "You're great." Like when Obi-Wan's like, "You are way more talented than me. Like you are going to do great things." And that's really
the last time they
scene.
speak.
Yeah,
that's the last time they speak before he kills him.
And like, it's a really nice scene. And then this movie splits them up, and I'm like, why? Have these together. It would make the heartbreak of Anakin even more so if they're just.
But doesn't it say a lot that like the second he was separated from Obi-Wan, his friend and brother and master, he completely lost his way because the rest of the Jedi had failed him so thoroughly.
I don't like that Obi-Wan doesn't back him ever in front of other people. that is something it really annoys me. That he's like, in private, he's like, me and you, we're brothers. And then he gets to the fucking council and they're like, you're a shit, Anakin. And Obi-Wan's like, they probably have a point.
Obi-Wan, though, like, he lost his master. He lost Qui-Gon. And he just had to kind of make do then with, like, all he had, like, to look up to was the Jedi Council.
Yeah.
And he didn't have his cool master Qui-Gon anymore. He just had this fuck of a yoke named Anakin that he had to look after.
But that's why I either want it one way or the other. Either he's not too pushed on Anakin, or he's all in on Anakin.
He is ride or die most of the time. And then he occasionally...
Like, he's ride or die, but then he's like, oh no, the council are good. I'm like, you're either with him or you're not. Like, either have him in every scene being a bit distant and being like, the council are right, Anakin, you should stop. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do get you. And, like, this movie is about the failings of the Jedi. Like,
yeah. Like, they're so silly.
They're so silly. And, like, the only... Like, the two Jedi that survive are Obi-Wan and Yoda. And they're both the ones who admit later on, we fucked it that first time.
They go, my bad. That was us.
We'll figure it out. I like, in the Kenobi series, I think this movie is going to get better after the Kenobi series comes out.
Okay.
Because you're going to have Kenobi realise where he went wrong. He's definitely going to talk to Liam Neeson at some point in that series. And he's going to be looking after Anakin's son as well. So he has a second chance. Yeah, and look, I think that's really great. I think they're really good ideas, Sean. That once again, I'm all in on the ideas. I want this to be like, let's fucking hit it out of the ballpark. But it's actually worse if it's a good idea, but they don't do it fully to like the coolest extent they could have done it, or like they go. It's easier in, say, the Clone Wars, but that's just a bad idea. Where it's just like, okay, that's fair enough. Like, it's all shit. There's Padme and he doesn't like sand. Go all in, right? It's bad. We're just gonna forget this, right? But I don't know. I like the moment with them when she tells him that she's pregnant. Oh, that's a great scene. I like that scene. It's nice. It's a nice moment between two people. And I like the bit. Why that scene I think really works is you're like, oh, how's he gonna react? How's he going to react? And he just like stops and she's like scared. He's like, this is the happiest moment of my life. And it's actually Hayden Christensen, a nice piece of acting. Yeah, the man can act when he wants to. I love how Natalie Portman in this is so shit, and she won an Oscar like 2 years later or so. I know. But that's just how she's written. She's just written to be she's absolutely killed. Like, her character is nuked in this movie. Yeah, like, and it's, I don't know, does the pregnancy thing, does that have the same impact if we don't know that it's Luke and Leia that she's pregnant with? No, because you don't care about those two, like, at all. No. Like, and also the scene on the balcony shot, I mean, it's an atrocious scene. Oh, God, like, yeah. I'm so blind with love, and so am I. That's pretty tough. That is pretty bad. That scene is as bad as Sand, right? But it's that's this movie's Sand scene. That is thankfully, mercifully, it's only about 35 seconds long, so it doesn't actually matter. But I like that George was like, not enough scenes where they connect, so the betrayal at the end isn't good enough. Will we do a reshoot of 35 seconds of them on the balcony? But did you know there's a scene later on that got cut? And the fact that he decided to leave that other scene in is ridiculous. Because you know the scene later, I'm skipping ahead a bit here, but it's when Obi-Wan is talking to Padme, being like, Anakin's the father, isn't he? It's that scene, there's a whole bit of dialogue where Obi-Wan's like, I've known the whole time, but it makes Anakin happy, so we both don't talk about it. I mean, like, that was cut. That was cut from this movie. My hands are on my head, Sean. I mean, just logically, why would you not leave that in? That's a character building. They're brothers. They're brothers. He likes them. Yeah, and it also goes to show that Obi-Wan will disobey the council sometimes. Yes. He's different from them. I think I spent this whole movie like wanted to shake Obi-Wan to be like, you're the good one. Why are you letting this happen? Like, just
But I suppose he needs to fall for him to come back as Anakin. That's what he needs to do.
That's the thing. There needs to be hatred between him and Vader at the end, because otherwise A New Hope doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think this is one of those movies where I'm like, I know it has to happen, but at the same time, I'm like, you and I love you so much. Come on, you need to
give me a separate timeline where Obi-Wan is just looking after Anakin the whole time.
And like when they're like, oh, we're not going to make you a master, and Anakin's like, that's ridiculous. Obi-Wan should be like, he's done enough. He's had my back on so many missions.
He's more than proved himself. But a lot of the Council's issue with Anakin is that he's close to the Chancellor and they don't trust him.
But if Obi-Wan backs him as well, and he's just like, no, I've got his back too.
Wouldn't it be a big character moment for Obi-Wan in later films if he was training Luke to take down the Emperor, who he, through supporting Anakin, had gotten into power in many ways?
So, and I think it makes the betrayal even more so if Obi-Wan is like helping him, like, come on, you're a master now. Me and you, we're gonna be together. Like, you're the best. As like, once he becomes a master, you could even have Obi-Wan. I mean, this has probably been rewritten by people who love Star Wars a lot more than I do. So don't put any emphasis on this viewpoint. But like, Obi-Wan is like, you're a master now, and because we're equals, I was going to go on that mission to try and infiltrate the Palpatine, but I think you're the perfect one. I think you're going to do this. This is your first big master mission, and nobody's with you. You've got no teammates. You're by yourself.
And what you could do is that, like, Anakin reaches the rank of master, everything he's ever wanted, right? And then he fails on the mission.
Yeah.
And so he needs more power. And whereas you can still do the fall, but you do it from a place that Obi-Wan had been backing him the whole way.
And then Obi-Wan's like, I literally did nothing. Like, I was helping. What's the point of this?
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's like a missed opportunity. Once again, I think really great. Like, so good that they would do that. But just, as you were talking about just the first scene, I wanted to get into that first 25 minutes because I think originally that was meant to be the first hour of the movie. It was just going to be that scene. You can kind of see it. There's some cuts in between. Originally, there was a cut of 4 hours long of this movie. The first hour just being that of them infiltrating. I think it's a great start, just in terms of movie start. You hear that sound design of the ships, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." That's like you just perk up. You're like, "This is Star Wars." Okay, we're in.
And you're straight into it, and it's an adventure, and it's fun, and it's like kind of scary as well. But then you're introduced to Anakin, and he's not like the little awkward kid that he was in Attack of the Clones. He's like a more confident, like he's a soldier now, basically. I love the scar, by the way, on his eye.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to make the point of I really dislike the opening crawl. I think it's
war.
my war. But then my favourite bit is George Lucas both sides, the dark side and the light side. He's like, well, on one side we do have Nazis, but on the other side, George Lucas becomes like news. Like, the news now. Well, look, on this side we have
has to be impartial, you know.
Well, lately we have Linda, who wants to save the rainforest, and on the other side, Susan, who wants to kill everyone. So, I mean,
let's give both of them equal airtime, please.
He's like, there's evil on both sides, and I was like, Is there not more evil on the...
There's a larger collection of evil on the dark side, I would say.
I would say they probably have the majority of the evil. How many evils are there on the light side? Anakin, but he's going to go to the dark side.
Mace Windu literally taps into the dark side to use his own lightsaber fighting style. It's called the pad.
Oh,
it's
good stuff.
Entirely fucked that he just fucking hates Anakin because he gets angry sometimes.
Yeah, Mace Windu's a fucking idiot in this. If that was played by anyone other than Samuel L. Jackson, I think we'd hate him.
Oh, absolutely. He would be the worst. He'd be the Jar Jar Binks of this movie.
Isn't that so bad? But it's because it's Sam Jackson. You're just like, okay, look.
It's like, he's doing his thing. Yeah. He's got a plan here.
Obi-Wan and Anakin going into that ship. I really like that Anakin straight away is like, I'm going to save that guy. Obi-Wan's like, no, stick to the mission. Stop trying to do it. Anakin is clearly... George Lucas, shout out, clearly shown to be a better pilot, much better than Obi-Wan. Without saying it, nobody mentions, wow, Anakin's such a good pilot.
But and that's something that Alec Guinness told us, that he was the best pilot in all the galaxy. And now we finally get to see it.
Then you also have the bit where he's shooting like all the little droids off his ship, and it's just like, this is a terrible idea, Anakin.
Yeah, but it's definitely made for the tie-in video game, where it's just like pew pew.
Yeah. Was the tie-in video game to this? No, Star Wars Battlefront. Was that Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was just a Star Wars game. I think that was set in like a New Hope kind of time.
It came out around this time though, because this came out in 2005.
It did. No, the tie-in game for this was like a kind of an action platformer type thing, but it had the actual scenes from the film were the cutscenes.
What?
So you would play along in the game, and then you would get a cutscene of like a 3-minute scene from the film, and then you keep playing, and then you get more of it.
I just remember the Phantom Menace video game. I remember
that was quality.
One of the lads got that for Christmas. I remember one year, and we played the shit out of that first mission. I always just think of going through the vents at the end of that first mission. Just over and over again. But
I had, for this game, I had the plug and play TV like gamepad thing. Do you remember those? Good. And you there was essentially Pong, but it was a lightsaber that you were moving. And there was
that?
Yeah, something like that. And they had there was a game where you got to run around on the big lizard that Obi-Wan runs around on, and you chase General Grievous. It was class.
That scene goes on, by the way, way too long. Like, it's at least 10 minutes too long, that scene.
Yes. But Grievous is fucking cool though, right?
When Grievous, when we meet Grievous on the ship and he's coughing. Now, the backstory I know of that is that Mace Windu crushes him in the series. And so
he crushes his lungs.
And which, I mean, he's a robot. We're not going to get into that, but he has a cough in this, which I think, I like that character design that it's like, oh, he's just like a weird broken down robot, and that when he pulls out the 4 lightsabers, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I think that Mace Windu crushing him thing, I think that was retconned. I think now he replaced all of his parts with cybernetics to kind of keep up and fight Jedi. Okay,
fair enough. The main thing of this whole intro is just like, you're trying to build up Obi-Wan and Anakin, their relationship. Do they get on? They work together. Even in the fight scene, they don't even say anything. They're back to back the whole way. Right? They have each other's backs constantly. The problem is, right, that the script, I just feel like everything's done in a sound boot. Like, it just, I don't connect with. They're like connected. I'm like, I want to feel like that brothership like between them, but there are a few clunky lines that just take me out of it.
No, there are. Like, genuinely, if the dialogue between characters was better, I think you would like this film a lot more.
Yeah, I think so.
It sounds like they're like in a pantomime, and they're explaining to the audience what's going on and what they're about to do.
Yeah, and that's why I feel this way, is because I want to like them. Because that makes the betrayal even better if they get on so well and they're brothers. And like,
me and my brother used to play Star Wars together and be Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's what we used to do.
Who was Anakin?
I think I was Anakin.
Yeah, that tracks.
That tracks, does it? Yeah.
You bastard. What are we going to do?
It's just him kicking the shit out of me with a lightsaber.
And you kicking the shit out of an orphan.
Yeah, it's a fair fight.
And him going, stop.
Yeah, that's something we have to reconcile with in this movie, but I'm sure we'll get to that later.
Look, we'll get to it. Yeah, the bit with Dooku, how do you feel about that fight scene? Much better than the end of episode 2.
Yeah, it's less rubbery. It was just nice to see Christopher Lee pop up again, I think. Yeah. I like the interactions between Dooku and Anakin. I like how Anakin fucking hates Dooku in this movie.
Because he embarrassed him, like, completely.
He embarrassed him, took his hand, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And how willing he is to kill him. Like, I know he feels bad about it, but he cuts that man's head off.
What I don't like, well, this just goes back to one small line that made me just laugh with how, like, George Y. is the Chancellor. He's sitting in the chair, and after he's like, do it. kill him. All fine, hamming it up. I'm not against any of that stuff.
Ian McDermott killing it in this movie.
I mean, I'm not going to go against McDermott. Like, I'm not that crazy. But the bit that made me laugh was when he went, remember what you told me about your mother and the sand planet? And I was like, previously on Star Wars. Thanks, George. Thanks, George, for throwing that in.
Just in case anyone forgot that he massacred a whole group of people.
But that's not just a Star Wars thing. That's like any movie where they're like, do you remember when me and you were best friends from the age of 5? Do you remember that I would say that out loud?
Don't you remember when Davy Jones locked his heart in that chest?
You don't? Better exposition. So when Anakin kills him, I like the idea that like Anakin is conflicted, because it makes sense. All he has is the Jedi Order and the Jedi rules and all this, and then the Chancellor's like, kill him, do it, kill him. And he's like, and even when he kills him, like, he's like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, that was the wrong thing to do. But the Chancellor's meant to be good, and he's like, nah, you're all right, man. You're all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone picks up on the fact that the Chancellor is not evil in this. Because he's just villain monologuing the whole time he talks to people.
It just goes back to the Jedi being morons. Like,
yeah, that they can't pick up on it.
Like, Yoda and Mace Windu spend all these years going, I feel something in the Force. There's darkness somewhere. I can't imagine. And like, Palpatine's like walking behind them. In the hallway. Like, I just can't feel it. It's Anakin.
Yeah, because when they pick Anakin to like spy on the Chancellor later, like, they don't suspect him of being a Sith. They just don't like the power he has.
No, they just think he's a dirty politician, which he clearly also is, because Obi-Wan says he's after staying way longer than any other Chancellor we've ever had. His term ended and he changed the rules.
That is weird, Anakin. That should not be allowed.
And Anakin's like, I think he's a good guy. He seems pretty nice to me. He was letting me chopping people's heads off. He was saying that was cool.
Yeah. Saying, class, go for it, boy.
Big thumbs up. Slice. You also then have the bit where the ship crashes to Earth after a very small bit I liked when they walk into Grievous's like main part of the ship. They get captured, but they don't get captured. There's never any threat or anything, any moment you're like, oh, they're in trouble. Maybe that's what I don't like. That
there's no stakes in this.
There's never a moment where I'm like, oh, they're actually going to get her here, because they never react like something terrible is happening. It's always just like quips constantly.
But I think we know they're going to survive anyway, because we've seen the rest of the films.
Oh no, and that's completely fine. I mean, I'm not forgetting those bits, but I would at least like if they're about to die in that present moment, you would go, oh, jeez, I'm in trouble here. Rather than going, haha, I have all of this under control.
I am going to take this cool as a cucumber.
Can I just make the point of Obi-Wan hasn't seen the rest of the movies, so he doesn't know that he's appearing in them.
That is true, but can I raise the counterpoint that it's really fun to watch, Connor?
True, absolutely. But yeah, when Obi-Wan is fighting the guy with the big shock staff,
the shock droid dude, I don't know what his name is.
First of all, sound design on those are absolutely amazing. Like, just I don't know what it is, just like the whirring as it twirls, perfect. But there's the small moment where he chops off his head, and Ewan McGregor does it perfectly, where he does the moment where he walks off like all cocky, like the cocky walk off, like,
I just did that.
And he's just like waving his lightsaber, and then the guy just like comes back up with no head and just starts swinging. He's like, oh fuck, he's still there. Okay, cool. And there's just a moment like, okay, let's go again.
Okay, round 2. Here we go. Me and you. I like those those droids have never shown up again as far as I know, but I really like them. They're cool designs.
Yeah. So eventually they somehow land that ship in the one part of the city on the whole planet that they live in, which is pretty cool.
Like an airstrip kind of a thing, but he's the best pilot in the galaxy, Connor.
I mean, he'd want to be Moonfall levels of pilotry to get that down.
He wants to be Patrick, whatever that man's last name is. Wilson. He wants to be Patrick Wilson to get that down.
But my favourite is they landed in like they start off in space. Do you know how hard, right? So say you live in New York, okay?
Right.
You're in space.
Forget about it. Sorry.
Okay, very good. But you're in space and you have to land a spaceship. What are the odds you land in New York airport?
Well, could I land it in the Hudson like Sully did? Would that be acceptable?
Okay, I'll take... The Hudson's even smaller. So yeah, I would take you land that ship in the Hudson. Actually, I would take you landing it in New York City. Anywhere within the boundary. I
could do it. I reckon if I was the best pilot in the galaxy, I reckon I'd get you within 10 or 15 metres.
Not miles, meters.
No, meters.
Like when he lands in the same city, I was just laughing. I was like, of what? Like, surely you would just land them in the ocean and then have them just transferred back to the city. That's not that big a deal, George.
I don't think there is that much ocean on Coruscant. I think it's a big like mega city planet kind of a thing.
That's the game.
You don't care.
He lands in the city no matter where he lands.
Everywhere is the city, and then they just fly him to his house.
So they go up to the battle, okay?
Yeah.
And say 5 hours pass, planet is twirling. By the time they get back down to where they left, that's no longer like their city, but at the same time they just guessed.
No, but he piloted the ship. Because I
don't know why
I can't stress this enough. He's the best pilot in the galaxy.
I don't know why I got caught so up with that, but I was just like, there's no fucking way that's the same city, is there? And the next scene is them going, yes, back.
Lad, they're also like monks with light swords.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No, that's another well-made point. So then they go, shoo, shoo. Then we have Anakin and Padme. She's pregnant. It's all fantastic. He's very delighted. It's a lovely scene.
Lovely scene.
Jimmy Smits is there. We're all delighted about it.
If he could be available at every pregnancy announcement, I think I'd be a happy man.
That's just me. Girlfriend's very confused.
Quite frankly, she's upset, but Jimmy Smits has to be a part of the whole thing.
I have to get on Cameo. Don't announce anything to your family yet.
And I want you to introduce yourself and say, hey guys, it's Jimmy Smits here.
What do you think about the dreams and Anakin being all sad about them?
It's a way to get him to turn to the dark side, isn't it? Because they've always said he's had dreams, like from Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. Dreams are mentioned. It's why he goes and kills all those sand people to save his mother. But he never has dreams again, really, in the rest of the Star Wars films.
He really only has dreams when he needs to move a major plot point across.
That is true. I also don't like how he doesn't tell Obi-Wan about these, like...
So annoying.
Yeah, like he goes to Yoda and is like, I have dreams about
and once again, Yoda,
people.
Fucking idiot. Don't have attachments. Attachments are bad. You're going to die and be evil and be like a Hitler if you have attachments, okay?
You feel sad because you like things, and that's your fault. The Jedi Council are a bunch of gaslighters, I think.
They're just the fucking idiots.
They're just the worst.
Like, that he did the right thing. Like, Anakin is just like, oh man, I'm seeing these really... I'm seeing my wife die every night in dreams. I'm going to go to the smartest Jedi I know. And he goes, he's like, you're a fucking idiot for having those dreams. You're probably evil, aren't you? You're probably evil.
But he can't even tell Yoda that he's married, because Yoda will be like, you're going to be evil. What have you done, Anakin?
What do you mean you like someone?
Well, just get a divorce. I mean, it's not like you're pregnant. What?
Jimmy Smits, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry, it counts as an announcement, so I have to be here.
Once again, it's just like they're constantly just failing Anakin repeatedly.
That's true. Counterpoint, can I say, Anakin's robot hand looks real cool.
And Yoda looks real cool.
Yoda looks class in this movie.
Yeah, CGI in Yoda is excellent.
It's better than weird puppet Yoda any day, fight me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the bit when he's on the ship with Obi-Wan and Mace Windu, and like he puts his like head on his hands, or his hands on his head, not his head on his hands.
Well, but, technically,
whatever. And he like rubs about his head, and like it's just
the
that
hair
one
moves
small,
and all.
Yes, one small moment. I was like, that's great. That's just really small, a really good attention to detail. That's why like the backgrounds in this are literally what the MCU does every movie. So with the green screens, like,
yeah,
that's what I mean. But this is like 2005 version of that, so they haven't perfected it. George Lucas brought this idea in. We don't need to build a set if we just
be a lot
build
cheaper
it in a computer.
To just Yeah, and then The Mandalorian now just has massive screens with a background on it.
Yeah. We move on to, I think I'm going to move on to the scene that I really like, and that's Anakin going to the theatre, Sean, to see some bubbles.
Oh, this happened way earlier in the movie than I remember it happening, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of, I thought this was like near the climax, but it's just like, now they go to the theatre together. Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise,
yeah, and look, I think Ian McDiarmid killing it here. Like, it's hammed up to the absolute max, but it's a good scene.
It is, but he knows exactly what kind of a movie he's in.
Yeah.
And he's playing into that. And I think that's why he works, I think, the most out of any character, because he exists in kind of this schlocky villain world. And that's the world that George Lucas wants Star Wars to be. And so that's the character who's written perfectly for the universe. But everyone else are like treated kind of like normal people, but they have to exist in the same universe.
But they're also treated like normal, boring people.
That is true. Well, most people are boring.
Okay, yeah, but why are we doing a movie then? It's going to follow the boring people. Why
would we do a movie? Like, movies objectively are not needed for survival, Connor.
I think a villain is really good, but if you have a cool, charismatic heroes fighting it, instead of maybe the ones who are...
You didn't hear the quips? You didn't hear the quips that our heroes were making?
I think George equates quips to personality. I think he's like...
Does George have a big hand in like the early days of the MCU?
He's like, if they're quipping, they clearly are fun and personality. People are going to like them. And I'm like, yeah, but they spend the rest of the time being like, don't like anything. Don't have attachments. I'm terrified of liking anything. I can't like anything. Oh my God, they're going to kick me out of Jedi Order. Oh no.
Bunch of incels.
They're just a bunch of Psy boys.
Are the Jedi Order... No, they might be Psy boys, but Psy boys would like women, and the Jedi Order generally
I get bad vibes from them. I'll be honest with
you. They're a bad crew, I want to say. There's a few good eggs, like Plo Koon. He's alright.
I have to be honest, the vibe I get from the Jedi Order in all these prequels is that you'd be nicer if you smiled more. They're the nice guys. I just want to...
They are, because they think they're great and doing great work, but they're fucking everything up for everyone else.
Yeah. And I think Hayden Christensen plays Anakin like he's a bit whingy or whatever, but he's the only one that's like, lads, we're not
dumb.
Actually that great. Like, we actually are kind of fucked, aren't we? And they're like, what are you talking about? We're perfect.
And the fact that, like, in the first movie, they're like, oh no, he's too old. He's too old to be fucking indoctrinated into this weird little cult you've got going on.
I think that's the best reason why. There's like, they're the nice guys. Like, they're just, you know what I mean? They're just trying their best and they haven't harmed anyone except for anyone who's not them. And we just look.
Delving into the expanded universe a bit, Connor.
Here we go.
I think that... No, I've only read highlights and snippets of the book, but there's a book all about Palpatine and Darth Sidious, right? And... I believe that in this scene at the opera, Palpatine has just killed Darth Sidious, like the night before. I might be wrong. Star Wars fans correct me, but I genuinely do think that Darth Sidious was killed shortly before that opera performance, because Palpatine was like, "Oh, Anakin's nearly ready, so I'm gonna kill my master so I can be his master."
But. Look, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Dooku, like, he was Anakin before Anakin? So, I thought Dooku was his...
he never intended for Dooku to be his successor, because Dooku is like 70 years old.
Okay, that's fair enough. He's Christopher Lee.
Yeah, he's just using him as a tool, basically.
Right. So, that is mad that he killed... So then where's the other guy for the whole time?
He's just in the background. He's just doing weird banker shit in the background.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse. I like the idea that he kills him years ago.
But then what's Palpatine been at? He's just been taking all these weird little side apprentices for no reason.
He's been waiting for Anakin because he's like Anakin's the big prize because it's like he's the one that's going to bring balance to the Force. Okay, that'd be the bit what I want. That's the one.
But I think he had to wait until he was sure that he'd fall from the Jedi.
Okay.
Before he made his move.
Do you like it better or worse if he kills Darth Plagueis the Wise.
I like the idea that he kills Darth Plagueis 4 hours before he goes to meet Anakin. And then they go and sit down in the opera and he fucking brags about it to his face.
What are they watching, by the way?
A weird jellyfish opera thing. Also, do you know the way he was saying that Darth Plagueis started messing around with the Force to use it to influence life and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Their experiments in the Force got Anakin's mother pregnant with Anakin.
What?
That's a canon thing that happened. They were fucking around with midichlorians and trying to use the Force to create life. And it did, but the Force was like, fuck you, I'm going to make it the chosen one to bring balance to the Force. And they got Anakin's mother pregnant that way. That's how that happened in canon.
Wow. That's...
Don't know what to do with that information, but that's up there. I don't have a driver's license. That's
something. That's one of those where I'm like, well, now I've learned that. That's Well, we've all learned that.
We don't have to dwell on that fact.
No,
I just wanted to say it to the group.
You wanted to share in the pain that you know that, and now we know that.
Yeah. So technically, what's fucked is that Palpatine is the reason that Anakin was born.
Palpatine's his dad.
Yeah, and Palpatine's also Rey's grandfather.
Yeah, he's fucking like he is. Yeah, he is getting around. He's getting around that lad.
So I don't know what that means for Rey Skywalker. It's all a bit confusing.
Do you think Palpatine's son at this point is created, or do you think he creates the son? Hang on, I'm trying to think.
Well, the son is a clone of Palpatine that he was going to inhabit it should he die, but it was a fucked up clone.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right here.
Yeah.
That's no.
that's what it is. That's what those films are about.
I know that's what it is, but I'm not going to go into that. That's another one of those. Keep that fact to yourself, please.
Okay, fair enough. I'm very sorry.
Rey should be Palpatine's granddaughter. I just think it makes the most sense. I just feel like it's a much cooler idea for her character. I know this isn't an episode 9 review, but I think it's much cooler for her character if her parents were somebody. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's true. And everything we set up beforehand, just throw it all out. Also, the fact that this song that plays in this opera in episode 3 when they're talking about Darth Plagueis plays when they introduce Snoke in The Force Awakens. It's the same fucking song, and it's just Palpatine. It turns out, it's just Palpatine.
Ian McDiarmid once again gets around, not only in the dating scene but just in plot. He gets around just as a villain. He's just around.
Just on royalties, I think that man has been in every Star Wars movie.
I think they cracked Ian McDiarmid and they were just like, look, we've nailed it first time round. Why change it? This is it.
Let's just make the same movie again and again.
Do you think Ian's just beside George, constantly just elbowing him like, do you need me? Do you need a little laugh?
Do you want me to hop in? Give me 10 minutes on set. You tell me if you like it or not, and we'll see what happens.
I'm just going to wing some dialogue, and you tell me what you feel, okay?
Hey, George, do it. See what I did there?
Remember what you told me about your mother on that sand planet? Do you not remember that? I really like that he knows Anakin's massive insecurity. That he's Anakin's I'm going to lose the person I love. And they're going to die. So he's playing on that immediately. It makes perfect sense as two characters. You would be obviously, he's the most powerful Jedi. If I can get him onto my side, that's cool. Okay, well, what can they not give him? What's his greatest fear? Oh, I can help him solve that problem. Yeah,
and he knows that it's a Padme that he loves. The Chancellor is aware of that. And he's like, that's fine. That's fine to be in love. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
We have to save her. There has to be a way. The Jedi won't tell you the way, but I know there is a way out there.
I know a lad who knew a lad that they'd figure it out. And I know the way, but I'm sworn to secrecy because I don't really want to tell you right now. But I mean, it's there if you need it. Just if you want, just ring me. Just give me a ring back. But you'll probably have to betray the Jedi Order. But you know it yourself.
I do indeed. And then, what's the next scene then after this? Because after this, the movie starts blurring together until Lava Planet.
Well, we see the Wookiees first.
We do.
They go to the Wookiee planet for some unknown reason of just a callback.
They go to Kashyyyk, Connor, please.
Okay, but at the same time, Sean, why is it here?
Because Yoda knew Chewbacca, but that never comes up again.
It's just there.
Just for the sake of it, I guess.
I suppose, yeah, I think I do like the idea that they split all the Jedi so that you have the multiple different scenes for Order 66. I like that idea that there's different locations. You see all the different ways that they all die. And yeah, I suppose I like the idea, send fucking Yoda to Kashyyyk. Why not? Introduce Chewbacca.
Just put him somewhere else. That scene of all the Jedis dying, by the way, that's rough. That is just
it's really
monstrous.
good.
It's really well done.
A really great shot that George threw in there is the feet. When it goes down to the stormtroopers and their shoes or their boots, and you just see them stop, or the clothes.
Yeah.
And
when
and
Order 66 is activated.
Yeah, and the Jedi just turns around and is like, what are you all stopping for? And they all just raise their machine guns and just absolutely annihilate them.
Oh, man. Oh, it hurts. It hurts every time.
We forgot Anakin and Padme. This is like the last one where... this is the only time where they seem like a slight bit of a couple, because Padme's like, you're really stressed. Like, what are you stressed about? And Anakin's like... I'm just having really bad dreams or whatever. She's like, not as bad's going to happen. Don't worry. Like, I'm absolutely fine. And
it's not some self-fulfilling prophecy that's going to backfire horribly.
I seen this scene. I was like, this is the first scene ever between these two people where I'm like, they're reacting like normal human beings.
Who love each other and want each other to be okay.
Because he's like, I've been having really weird dreams where you just keep dying. And like, I don't like that. And she's like, yeah, that's pretty fucked, but like, we can discuss that together. Like, that's absolutely fine. Like, you can tell me instead of just keeping it bottled up. And he's like, you know what, I can. I'm now happier.
There should be more of that stuff, of just them interacting, because like, he loves her so much that he tells her everything. There's no reason to keep the dreams and things from her. Maybe
that's it. Maybe it's like, I know that he loves Padme. Because, well, Jesus, he fucking says that, well, I'm so happy in love.
That is true.
But, like, not in, like, that way. I'm saying we maybe have a scene where they just act like a couple. You see that Anakin's really happy with Padme, and he's really happy with Obi-Wan, and they get on really well. And then you don't have to tell us how he feels, because we just, like, he's sad, he's confused, he's conflicted about lots of things. But when he's with those two people, for two different reasons, he's just more at home, he's more at ease. It's like, these two people get me.
And then you have this, like, boy who lost his family at a young age. He has now found his new family.
Yes. But I think George realises he has to hit the fast forward button. So, because we've gotten to 3 and he's still not Darth Vader, or he doesn't look like he's going to be Darth Vader until like an hour left of this movie. So, you're like, right, let's skip all the character building. Let's get straight to him going evil.
Yeah, straight into the fall to the dark side, which is... the majority of the rest of the film.
What are your thoughts on Grievous fighting Obi-Wan? Hello there.
Hello there. Look, it's a classic meme. I will forever be grateful for that.
We have to rank. I think we'd have to rate the movie on movie-based quality, not on meme-based, which is tough for the prequels.
It is quite tough. I like the Grievous fight, you know. Like, I like the 4 lightsabers, like the spinning, just walking towards him, cutting the floor up.
I like the guards walking towards him and him like looking to fight them, and then he just brings down the thing on top of all their heads.
Yeah, because that's what Obi-Wan would do. Because he at his core, he's a sassy piece of shit. So he would just do the bullshit way of winning the fight. I think Grievous... Like, I know about Grievous because of the stuff I've read and watched outside of this.
Yes.
In the movie, it's just like... Oh, he's bad. He's definitely bad.
Yeah.
What's he about, though? Why does he have all those lightsabers?
Who is he? What's his deal?
Why do we care? Why do we care about Grievous?
Like, he's just, to me, having not seen any of the other things or reading anything else, he's just a robot who has 4 lightsabers. And he just is there.
That's the thing, but, like, he hunts Jedis. Wouldn't it be great in this film that is largely about the failings of the Jedi Order? Like, he hunts Jedis because, like, Jedis, I think, took, like, his family from him or something. And so he hunts Jedis to be like, okay, I'm going to get my own back. Wouldn't it be interesting to see someone's mindset of why the Jedi are not good people and don't help?
you could have the moment where Obi-Wan's like, you're a bad fucking dude, man. And he's just like, you do realise, like, you killed my family. Yeah. And Obi-Wan then has to wrestle with that. And he's like, oh shit, like the Jedi Order did this.
And then you have to argue the greater good, which is like the worst argument to someone whose family has been killed.
Now that's all very interesting, Sean, but we'll do it in a comic book. Or maybe like a sideshow, just something. I don't want that in the movie, right? We've only got 45 minutes left and we got to get fucking straight through to Anakin.
we got to fast forward this shit. So they have a big chase. It's lizard versus big wheel. Like, it's a CGI mess.
It's absolutely... You know what the word I would use is it's fine. It happens. At the end of it, he's like, what does he say about the gun?
So uncivilized.
So uncivilized. He throws away the gun. He uses that to kill him.
That's a sick reference to A New Hope, where he's like, it's a lightsaber, a more civilized weapon. A more elegant weapon from a more civilized age. He doesn't like blasters. They're uncivilized, Connor.
Right, good.
Characters.
Once again, keep that to yourself, okay? So I just have written here, the Chancellor is the Sith Lord, ? What? So
say what?
Anakin finds out, you're not going to believe this, the guy who looks and sounds like Emperor Palpatine is Emperor Palpatine, the Chancellor.
He just fucking tells Anakin that he is
straight up.
Like, Anakin doesn't really figure it out. He's just like, here's this information, do with it what you will.
Yeah, and it's not even... He's just like, you know the Sith? Do you know them? I'm
familiar.
I'm the leader of them, boy. Just
We've been looking for you.
Even Anakin's reaction is like completely understated. He's like, wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
You're the Sith Lord.
You're saying you're the Sith Lord, but the Sith Lords are bad. Wait, you're bad.
It all makes sense now. And then he goes and tells on him. He tattletales.
He goes straight to Mace Windu and he's like, the Chancellor, he's a Sith.
Mace is a big piece of shit in this as well, though, because he's like, if this is true, you will have earned my trust. And Anakin is like, I fought in a war for you.
Yeah, but shut up. Mace Windu's like, you're a fucking idiot, right? I hate you. You'll never turn on us because we're perfect, but I fucking hate you, okay?
You're a piece of shit, Skywalker.
What have you done lately? Save Obi-Wan? Fuck off. Right,
die in a hole.
So, Mace Windu shows up with 3 lads he found in a janitor closet, and he's like, Here's boys, here's some lightsabers. We're going to solve this.
Didn't pass on the information to anyone else. Didn't leave a note to say, don't trust the Chancellor. Didn't tell any of the politicians. Just decided, let's bring all of the witnesses to one room and threaten the man.
But the good thing about that is we've seen multiple times in the movie that they can easily message each other through the holograms. Like, within 4 seconds. And so it would take him maybe 4 seconds to maybe ring into Yoda and be like, look, we've just found this out. Obi-Wan, we've just found this out. Anakin just told us. You need to get back here. This is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Bring Anakin. Bring Anakin with you. Like,
sure, why not?
Include him. Like, let him kill Palpatine.
Yeah, but Anakin's a fucking idiot, Sean. You have to remember that from Mace Windu's point of view.
But Anakin is still by the code at this point. Because, like, the lads all attack Palpatine, so it's treason then. Then he does a big spinny flip and he starts just killing Jedi. Ian
McDermott, by the way, not committing to the fight scene whatsoever.
Not at all. Not at all.
He keeps like stabbing. It's a lot of stabbing motions, like, instead of sweeping.
If you're directly in front of him, you're absolutely gone. If you're slightly to the left or right, you're lads.
And all these lads are like, we're going to stand directly in front of him.
We're just going to not move for a while.
We're going to hit him with the old razzle dazzle, stand in front of him, see what he does.
But, like, Mace Windu is the only one who can keep up because he channels the fucking dark side when he fights.
And because he's just so mean to Anakin, that pumps him up.
He's fueled.
He's fueled by calling Anakin a little fucking bitch boy. I can't believe you did your mission right. You saved Obi-Wan last week and you landed that fucking plane from space, you fucking bastard.
You cook. That's it. That's right.
You're a fucking disgrace. So he goes in, he fights the Chancellor, or I'm going to just call him Palpatine now. I think this it's out of the bag now, Sean. So we know
he hasn't been elected emperor yet, but no, yeah, he's basically
it's Palpatine, right? And so he's there. They break through the window. There's the moment where Mace Windu's like, "Nah, mate, you're dead. Like you are. I got you." And Anakin comes in, and once again, I think this scene makes really perfect sense. As in, like, the idea of the scene is really good. The delivery of the lines, I mean, it's George Lucas, but the idea that Anakin comes in and he's like, "Wait, you're gonna kill him," and like he's like, "But that's not the Jedi way."
He needs to stand trial. Like that's how we do things. Mace Windu's like, he's too dangerous to be left alive, which is what Palpatine said about Dooku.
It's and you know what? That's pretty strong as kind of an idea comes back. And Anakin's like, "Wait, so." But if the Jedi aren't the good guys, like if we aren't perfect, then what the fuck are we? Because then he's like, okay, well, if we're not perfect, the only reason I was staying here was because this was the right side to be on. But he told me he could save my wife, and you told me I can't even have a wife. So hang on.
And both of you have made the same argument about killing someone. So maybe you're not that different, but one of you will let me save my wife.
One of you might give me a 10% chance of saving my wife and unborn child.
And I'm going to take that.
And so, once again, perfect sense. That's why he would betray him. What I'm not so big on is Anakin going all in immediately after Mace Windu falls out that window.
But for Anakin, he's essentially killed, like, the second in command of the Jedi. The entire Jedi. Like, I think he knows, okay, this is the end of this.
There's no coming back from it.
There's no coming back. Like, I either now lean into this, or like I'll be done for treason, and I'll spend the rest of my life in jail, and I can't save Padme.
And when he's like, I commit completely to what we're doing, and then Order 66 goes out, and we had that great montage of all the Jedi just falling in different ways. And you have the moments where they're like, but even say the boot shot, or like even in the ships when they're flying, and like the ones behind them just like slow down, and then they just all open fire immediately.
I like how Yoda senses it as well, and he senses the guards walking up.
It's the first time he's fucking sensed anything in 3 movies, but well done, Yoda.
Well, now the dark side has revealed itself, so Yoda knows it's there. So he's like, grand.
It's 4 yards behind him. Hang on. Wait a minute.
God, I'm good.
He's been shaking hands with fucking Palpatine for 3 movies.
Yeah, like the course of like 25 years or whatever it is.
It's so silly. But yeah, he slices the heads off, and he goes off with Chewbacca. And there's the moment when he says goodbye to Chewbacca, and they have the Yoda theme song kick in, because the first time that little robot, he's not a robot, he's CGI now, but he's showed any emotion whatsoever other than just don't do anything. Just do not do anything.
The whole fucking galactic empire falls to the dark side, and that's when Yoda starts feeling bad about things.
Yeah. Like, you could actually sum him up in the previous 2.5 movies with just don't fucking do anything, don't feel anything. Yeah. Just do what I say and do what Mace Windu tells you, and don't regret or feel anything, good nor bad.
Yoda could be, I fucked around and I found out, is his whole character arc in these movies.
Oh, I did some war crimes. Oh no.
Oh dear, no. Speaking of war crimes, by the
way. So then we have a very iconic scene, Sean, because Anakin, he's now committed to the dark side. So he's like, right.
How committed though? Surely you can't be all in.
There has to be. He's like to the Palpatine, what's the one thing I can do to show how committed I am?
How do I prove it? What's the most reprehensible thing that I can do?
Because I like the idea of Obi-Wan coming back now. Like, there's still time. You can still come back from this. I didn't even like Mace Windu, man. He was a bit of a dick, but
look, we've all killed grown adults, okay?
We've all committed war crimes, but not like real big ones.
No, like the general war crimes that we all commit. There isn't war itself a crime, Anakin.
But the younglings, Sean, they're still about. And I mean, I think once again, a really cool idea to be like, the Sith is like, well, we're going to kill the next generation. We're just going to kill all the Jedis. Because they tried to turn on us. They tried to turn on us first. Did you not see Mace Windu? He was trying to kill me. That's real bad.
Yeah, the Jedi, they even announced it, that they're like, the Jedi were trying to seize power and all this. Make me your emperor and I look after you, kind of a deal. But yeah, kill the next generation. And God help me, maybe I've just seen the movie too many times and I'm desensitized to it. But every time the kid is like, what are we going to do? And Anakin just sparks up the fucking lightsaber. It's hilarious to me. I don't know why.
That kid's, by the way, that kid's delivery absolutely shit. A terrible piece of delivery.
Master Skywalker.
So I was kind of rooting for Anakin at that stage. Just get him.
It does become harder to feel bad for Anakin, though, after he kills 18 children.
And then when Padme's like, no, you're still good, I'm like, look, Natalie, he's too far gone at this stage.
He's either going to become Darth Vader, or he's going to come back and literally rot in jail for the rest of his life. You're either the
guy that's killed 13 kids, or you're the guy who hasn't killed 13 kids, and I don't think there's anything in between.
No, I would say even one kid. Like,
too many kids.
I don't think there's any ratio of kid killing that I would be okay with, personally.
Kid Hitler.
Can I raise Kid Hitler as my own?
Oh no.
Make him a Star Wars fan.
That'll really turn him around. This Palpatine guy's had some ideas.
No!
Not again. So then you also have Jimmy Smits. He comes in. I just have all Jimmy Smits appearances written down. Just
good. I should hope so.
Big shout out to Jimmy. But he shows up, and the last youngling is there, and he shows a bit of fight. He's fighting some clones off, and then eventually he also gets shot.
George Lucas's kid.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his son.
That's a nice piece of trivia.
Isn't it good? Isn't it good now? I'm not all expanded universe nonsense.
Then we move on to the big fight scene at the end, Sean. What we're all here for. We go Lava Planet. We've got Padme. She goes to see Anakin. She's like, dude, what have you been up to? I have heard some shit. Because Obi-Wan and Yoda broke into the Jedi Council and they checked the camera, and Ewan McGregor gave one of his worst performances of all time when he watches his brother kill a bunch of kids and then go, that's terrible.
Oh dear. And isn't it after he watches that, he goes to Padme, and that's when he's like, Anakin. That's when the scene of, I know you and Anakin are married.
Yes.
That's when that happens, which would give it more, I can't believe they cut that scene.
The still in that scene is like, and I know it's Anakin's, and then he's already told her he's going to go kill Anakin for what he's done. Yeah. So he goes, I know that child is Anakin's, and then he just stops. He goes, I'm sorry. Or like, I'm sorry what I have to do now to him.
He's fallen. He's too far gone.
So like he goes to tell her that like he was, but like that scene, Ewan McGregor, once again, excellent actor, but surely you would have more of a reaction if you've watched your best friend kill a bunch of kids and join the dark side.
I think we might, like, they might have not wanted to call too much attention to it, because when you think about that for longer than the 5 seconds it's hinted at on screen, it's entirely fucked. And I don't care. I'll say it. Killing kids is irredeemable. Even if there's 3 other films about a redemption arc for your character.
Yeah.
Once you realise that, like, Luke is looking at his dad, and his dad killed all those kids back in the day. He killed so many kids.
Just
Connor.
Too many. I would say one is too many, but he's killed loads more than one.
He's probably, look, let's be honest, he probably killed more after the, like,
he's
after
killed a classroom full of kids.
Yeah, he did that. And like Luke was like, you get to go to Jedi heaven. No, you don't. Like, it's not about where your heart is. It's about, no, you killed kids.
And Obi-Wan watches his best friend kill all the kids on camera and goes, Jesus, that's terrible. That's awful. I may go have a chat with him. Yeah, he's very stressed.
But if Anakin, or if Obi-Wan, like, screamed and got sick on the floor and, like, tore his own hair out, that means that we never like Anakin again for the rest of the series, ever.
But we're not meant to. Fuck him. Like, who cares?
No, he's the bad guy. We're not meant to feel bad for him. Which is why the idea of prequels are fucked.
Because we want Obi-Wan to... Like, if me and you, right?
Yeah. Go on, let's see where this is going.
If one of us watches the other one kill a bunch of kids on camera, I think you would react like, fuck, I feel sick that like, oh man.
What the fuck? I knew
friends.
That, man.
And we got on so well, and I would have backed him. I would have said he was innocent until I'd seen the video of him killing all of those kids.
Anyway, are you free at 6:30 to record?
I am, yeah. I'm in the cell at the minute.
They let you keep your Blue Yeti. It's your one comfort
Officer,
item.
please. Can I have my Blue Yeti, please? But so you have Owen McGregor. Ewan McGregor, he reacts quite poorly. George, you probably should have done a second take on that. What can you do? Goes to the lava planet. Natalie Portman's there. She's like, look, Anakin, I know you've done some fucked up things. Obi-Wan's told me, but you're a good person. And Obi-Wan's like, the Jedi Order are evil. I've turned on them, and we're going to be emperors. We're going to rule over this.
He does escalate in terms of what he wants. So because it starts off, he falls to the dark side because he's like, oh, I don't want my wife to die. I love my wife. I want to save my wife's life. Suddenly it's, I'm more powerful than the Emperor. I can overthrow him. And
I think that happens too quick. I think at this point he should still be on that. I did it to save your life. I'm able to save your life now.
Yeah, like, and that's even more tragic because as soon as you implement, the galaxy conquering stuff should only come after he's lost everything.
After Obi-Wan slices him up and all that shit, like that should be way after that.
That should be way after that, when he has to live with himself and he's like, right, the least I can, like, I'm just going to get power now.
Yeah.
So that no one can hurt me ever again.
And
despite the fact that this is all my own making.
But I think, that scene works even more so if he's like, I did it, so like, I'm so powerful now, like, I'm going to save your life. And then he starts choking her. And she's just like, what you joined? And then he's going to realise himself, like, he's after joining this side to save her, and he's just ended up nearly killing her. And he's like, wait, am I the bad guys? Wait a minute.
I fully believe she doesn't die of a broken heart. Like, he probably like crushed her windpipe. Probably didn't help the fact she was 9 months pregnant. All of this stuff added up, and it's all Anakin's fault.
So then the big fight scenes break out with Yoda meeting up with Palpatine, and he's like, there's the cool moment where Yoda walks in and fucks the two guys against the wall without even like breaking stride. And they're like the elite trained guards of like the Republic as well. Like, and Yoda's just like, fuck off, I'm not dealing with you. And so Yoda versus Palpatine. Family Guy had that one joke years ago. It was like, why is Palpatine sitting at a desk? Why would he need a desk? What's he doing at the desk?
What paperwork does he have to do?
You're the Emperor. Who cares? So Yoda and him are having a fight, and at the same time, Anakin and Obi-Wan, this is the big showdown. We've been waiting 3 movies for Sean. It happens. What are your thoughts on this scene?
I mean, it's so good, right? Like, if this movie was entirely the space battle at the start and this at the end, I would be a happy, happy man, quite honestly. Because dialogue aside, up until about when Anakin gets delimbed, like the choreography, the sound, the set pieces, I don't care that it's all on a green screen. It looks fantastic. Do you care that it's like built like a video game? No, because the video game was class, Connor, if I may remind you.
Once again, you're going third party here.
Shit. No, like, I don't think it's too video gamey. I think it's a set piece, which I get, like, the distinction is fairly slim at the best of times, but it's Anakin making Obi-Wan is on the back foot this entire fight, and so Anakin is just progressing, and the end point is him becoming Darth Vader. So the more he's pushing Obi-Wan away, the closer he gets to becoming Darth Vader. Good stuff.
But we've talked about my favourite scene in this fight scene like multiple times. This is for years and years and years. This is my favourite.
Actually, yeah, this is referenced on the podcast, like on the weekly nearly.
Like, so often. And it's just the bit when they're on the lava and Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, the Emperor is so evil. And Anakin's like, well, not from my perspective.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. I'd love if there's a cut and Obi-Wan is just like, fuck it, you know what? Actually.
And I'm trying to imagine George Lucas writing this and he's like, best fight scene, 20 minutes long, it's gonna go off, fucking lava everywhere, need to write some dialogue. Okay, what could these two who've been fighting for 15 minutes at this stage say to each other?
Maybe that's it, that they're just wrecked from the fight.
They're wrecked from fighting, but now they need to go verbally, how are they going to fight each other?
Because imagine if we were like fighting for 15 minutes and then we had to have any bit of a discussion with each other. It'd be like, fucking, like that's not right, lad. Like you can't be doing that.
And Obi-Wan going like, he's evil, and him going, no, I don't think so.
And then we get only a Sith deals in absolutes.
And so then that terrible scene aside, it keeps going. And
what about that bit where they clash lightsabers and the lava goes up?
Oh, you had a big Star Wars nerd face on you when you said that.
It's pretty cool though, right?
Pretty
Duel
cool,
of the Fates place.
Look, it's pretty good. And then of course we get to, but I had the higher ground. What are your thoughts on higher ground, Obi-Wan?
I'll be honest, I never understood that.
Yeah, it's on a slight gradient.
It's like, granted, it's like the bank of a lava river. That's more than I've ever jumped over.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It felt like there was this thing that in the past, Anakin had done that and succeeded. And Obi-Wan is like, don't try that again, because I know what you're going to do. But
I think, and now this might be my Star Wars fandom, I think it's replicating Darth Maul Obi-Wan flip on Darth Maul. So I think he's told Anakin about that story, and he's like, don't try it, because I know how to defend that move, even though Darth Maul didn't.
I like that way more. And and that brings up a whole other bunch of things about, because that's how Anakin came into Obi-Wan's care, is the fight with Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Granted, Obi-Wan just takes Anakin's legs and other arm.
Also, I feel like Darth Maul should have survived that fight and just replaced and just been the sidekick for all three movies. I just
absolutely
think that would have been way easier.
But what he does is he goes down and falls in the hole and gets some spider legs, and then later on gets some robot legs.
But once again, stop Boba Fetting this, Sean. In 3 movies, he dies.
In Rebels, he does indeed. But in Rebels, he fights Obi-Wan, and he tries to use the same move he used against Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan deflects it in an instant and kills Darth Maul immediately. It's so good.
Do you not think it would be really cool if you had the same scene, but instead of Christopher Lee, it's Maul on the ship at the start of this movie, and you see the Emperor be like, kill him now. Like,
that would make more sense.
And he's been in 3 movies.
Like, yeah. And like, because there's no reason Maul couldn't lead like the Separatists and things like that in Attack of the Clones. Just have him be a presence the whole way throughout. Even if Maul took the Grievous role in this. Like,
yes.
That would make a lot more sense, in my opinion.
And Obi-Wan and him are constantly fighting. Like, they're just rivals for the whole thing.
Yeah, you give Obi-Wan like a big bad to just focus on the whole time. And then it's a completely different
dynamic where, like, Obi-Wan, first time he faces him, he's with his dad, basically. And the second time he's got a kid with him. So now he's the elder statesman trying to defend the kid.
And then he's with his brother, essentially.
Exactly.
On the ship at the start. And then he faces him one-on-one.
Yeah, I think that could be pretty cool. Look, that's a small thing. We're not rewriting this all the way through. But he eventually slices him up. And the movie ends with Padme giving birth to the children. She dies of a broken heart. And then you have Darth Vader being created. Suit looks excellent. Scene looks pretty cool.
Scene looks pretty good. There is a bit in the audio where his heart stops. And then it starts beating again once the machine kicks in. It's very good.
Also, really cool moment is the smoke when he takes his first breath and it slightly moves out. It's just a real small thing. Like, really small details are so good, and yet, like, the background can look like a blurry piece of shit. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a bit... Do you know when he comes up on the table and he's, like, tilting upwards and he breaks out of it? Did you notice the hand thing that happens?
No.
So originally, his hands were chained up kind of by his ears on the table. And so when he breaks out of it, he just moves them forward ever so slightly. But they thought that looked goofy when he was lying down, so they edited it so that his hands are down by his sides. And so if you watch, when he comes up on the table and breaks out, it's like 2 frames and his hand goes from his side right up to his ear again.
That's a classic Mr. Lucas. He's like, oh, we want
Change
that
the
scene.
Smallest of things.
What I want half of that first scene, but also half of the other scene be shot 14 days later. And I want them put together.
Did seeing burnt up Anakin fuck you up as a kid? Because I thought that was weird.
I mean, it's pretty gruesome. It's PG-13, to be fair. I mean, there's a decapitated man and dead children already in this movie.
That's true. And then they burn a man alive. And then they just put him in the suit with his burnt up clothes on.
Yeah,
they just left those on him.
No, like, no need. Don't take them off.
He'd be fine. He'd be grand.
He'd be grand. There's also the other theory that Palpatine takes the life force from Padme and gives it to Anakin to revive him.
Which would make sense.
Because he can do it the other way around. Because he has that power, I suppose.
Yeah, because he can manipulate life. It's a secret the Jedi wouldn't tell you. We've all heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. We're on the same page there. But I don't like the rest of this then is just kind of, it's nearly like a teaser for A New Hope.
It's all just
done in about 5 minutes. Yeah, like they named the kids Luke and Leia. I do like the weird little council they have going, which is Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Jimmy Schmitz just around the table.
Jimmy's just there.
Why is Jimmy there? It's because Leia needed to be a princess.
Also, where is that? Where are they having that meeting?
Where's that going on?
Yeah.
I think actually I think I do know this. This is the ship.
That's Jimmy Schmitz's ship.
It's the Jimmy Ships, and that's the one that Leia is on at the start of A New Hope.
Because that's the only set in the whole fucking movie, I think.
Looks great.
Because it's the old set they just brought back in.
And just like cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, I think that does make sense. I suppose they get away on Jimmy's ship. So, I mean, then they're like, okay, well, he's part of the meeting because it'd be rude if we just had a meeting without him and it's his ship.
Jimmy, can we have a few minutes, please?
So they're like, right, we'll give him a kid for the flyaway.
Yeah, which one do you want? Which kid is going to be raised in the lap of luxury?
Which one's going to be raised in the desert?
Oh, put the lad in the desert. Oh, he'll hate that.
I think the whole ending is set up, and then you just have I don't know how I feel about it, just in terms of her becoming royalty, then you give the kid, but I like the idea of giving him to his relations, because the last place Vader would go, or Anakin will go, is back to Tatooine.
Yeah, like that's he would not, and he certainly wouldn't go back to his old house, because Anakin Skywalker is dead essentially, and he doesn't want to live through that. I think it might also be due to the fact that Obi-Wan has to go into exile. Like, he has to hide now, because him and Yoda are like the Last Jedi as far as they know. Not the Last Jedi, that's another film. But
it's a whole other bag of worms.
So it kind of works that, like, the Jedi who was closest to Anakin would hide in the least likely place for him to look, and also look after this kid who the Jedi Order completely has failed. Yeah,
no, absolutely. So, yeah, the movie ends, that brings an end to the prequel, Sean. I mean, you love this movie, I can tell.
I do. I really enjoy this movie. Like, for all of its faults, I still think it's a great time.
You know what? I think it's the most fun time of all three of them. by a good margin.
Which would you rather watch, this or Rogue One?
Rogue One gets a lot of hate. I do like... Rogue One does have hallway scene, though.
Does have hallway scene, doesn't it?
It does have hallway scene, but I would have to see Mr. Luna, and he's very boring.
Man, you really hate Diego Luna in that movie. Like,
so boring, and he's getting his own series.
He's fine. Yeah,
he's fine. Exactly, he's fine.
Most of Star Wars is fine.
I would say I would watch Rogue One.
Okay. Follow-up question: would you rather watch this or Solo?
Oh,
because this one at least has a vision.
I suppose this one, because it does have some half decent scenes. What would you rather watch, this or episode 8?
I think this. I think this.
I think 8.
And I don't mind episode 8 that much even, but I think I would rather watch it. I would have a more of a nostalgic, fun time.
See, you have nostalgia going into this.
Yeah,
so I'm coming into it just like, okay, I've seen this movie.
I would watch it the same way I watched it today, is that I would watch it and have Wikipedia open beside me as I'm watching it and just be like, oh, what's that about?
Look, I think it does have a lot of positives. I think we were shitting on the other two. I feel like as I came into this, not with no nostalgia really, what I would say is it does have a lot of positives, has a lot of really cool ideas, great sound design, great music, it's got all that stuff. I do think there are some quite big flaws in it, but it's like, I think it's because we got served like 2 shit sandwiches in a row that now we have like a crayon sandwich, and we're like, well, it's better than shit.
There's more in it, definitely.
Like it's edible this time.
They're technically edible. Is how we'll describe
I
this
might
film.
be sick, but I'll be less sick than I have been.
Do you know what I want? I want to get Conor Martin on to talk about the original trilogy.
Oh, good.
I think that would be fascinating to see how much he loves them.
I think he prefers this one movie. I think it's similar.
That's
to
even more fascinating to me then.
I know he loves the prequels, but like it is Star Wars Conor, as we call him. So like, which is not me.
That is what his parents baptised him as.
That is what they baptised him as. So I suppose we should get him in to cover that, just as like one of the patrons. Just like, right.
Yeah, just come on in, everyone. Everyone gets a turn. I'm still working on my series where we review National Treasure week on week when that comes out. Yeah. So
actually, we've had several people say that they'll review it with you, including Waffles.
Fucking class, bring them all on. That'll be brilliant.
I'm not enjoying it on that recording session.
You have to, Conor.
I'm taking it off.
No, we need to tell you how good it is. We need to tell you you're wrong.
And I haven't seen it, and you're just telling me scene by scene.
So Riley comes in at this point.
So Sean, I think that brings an end to our review of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Do you have a Weetabix rating?
I would give this one, do you know what I'd give it actually, is I'd give it a bowl of Weetabix, but it comes with a little lightsaber toy, because that's what you used to get back in the day. And now it's like, I have to get rid of this.
I would give you a bowl of Weetabix, but there's just little bits of shit just sprinkled around. No, Weetabix, but sour milk. So like, there's something good in here. It's just surrounded by some bad stuff.
And is the milk like properly sour, or is it like on the turn? No,
it's just good. It's just on the turn.
Oh no! Oh, you'd still power through, but God, you wouldn't feel great about it.
Because the last 2 I've had, they've been sour. They're just sour the whole way through. This one, it's just on the turn.
Why do we keep buying so much milk and just leaving it out?
Months. I leave it there for months.
I'm working on my cheese factory.
Sean, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening to this episode of The Lazarus Pit. We're doing kind of a new thing where we're more just chatting about the film and how we felt about it rather than going scene by scene by scene by scene, because if we did, we would have to subject you to all kinds of terrible dialogue. So let us know what you think of that. Let us know if there's any films in the future that you want us to take a look at. And look, they can be comic book, they can be nerdy, they can just be films as well. If there's a film you want us to talk about, we'll add it to the hat. It'll come out eventually. Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne, all the rest of it.
Schindler's List. You've tuned in next month.
You guys should do a humorous take on Schindler's List. Oh,
Tough to get that.
Just put it back in the hat without saying anything.
Marley and me. Now, let's get into this.
I'm not allowed to watch that. Apparently it's too happy at the end.
The dog is too alive.
That's it. Oh no, Conor. Look, thank you for the continued support on the Patreon. We do say it a lot, but it's because we mean it a lot. You really make the show what it is, and we couldn't do it without all of you. So give yourselves a pat on the back, and other than that,
and happy May 4th.
Happy May 4th, or whenever you listen to this, if you celebrate it. Exactly. I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.